What is happening, webheads? Welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. I'm your host, Mike Spider-Slayer, usually helping you make decisions on what comic books to buy. And if you like that and you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe. Now, usually on Thursdays, you're going to get a Worthy Ones video where I discuss all the new number ones. But since it is Thanksgiving, can't do that, right? So this was a video that was recorded a few days back, so I had some kind of content in case you were bored on Thanksgiving at some point and you had to get your daily fix of Mike Spider-Slayer. So today we're going to be talking about an omnibus that maybe you should purchase. And I'll tell you the reason why I actually bought this comic now, or this omnibus. Now, I bought this last week and I want to kind of give you an overview of, you know, a little bit of what it's like on the inside. We're going to look at it for the first time together. Now, I have never even looked at this yet. In fact, I haven't even opened it. And that is DC Verses Marvel Omnibus, right? And at first, I was really on the fence about buying it. I don't usually buy omnibuses because they take up a lot of space and I don't have a lot of extra space. But here is the reason why I wound up buying this Omni. One reason was, from what I heard, is that this is going to be the only printing of this Omni. Now, I'm not looking to sell it, but what happens if I say, oh man, maybe I should have bought this, and then I kick myself in the ass because I didn't buy it, right? So I decided to pull the trigger. I wound up buying it because there's a lot of stories in here that I never even read before, and they're so hard to find because a lot of these are collector items because they're, you know, Marvel versus DC or DC versus Marvel, right? So yeah, I mean, I'm totally excited about it. Now, you can see here's the front cover. I got the Jim Lee cover. I like this one a little bit better, even though no disrespect to George Perez. I just love seeing the way the characters were drawn in here. We get to see Wolverine. We get to see Batman in there. Of course, Spider-Man was front and center. Well, you got Superman, Captain America, Wonder Woman. So it looks really, really good. And then you kind of flip it over, right? And so you wind up getting to see all the other characters in there as well, which was cool. Then if you get to see the spine on the dust jacket. Now, I think all these characters are actually drawn by George Perez on here. So I thought that was kind of cool. So really neat stuff there. So now we're going to kind of take the plastic off of this thing and we're going to dive into it, okay? What do you guys think? I'm like kind of like DC versus Marvel myself. I got my Batman DC hat and my Marvel sweatshirt on, right? So I know a lot of you guys are asking where I got this hoodie. You know, it's Florida. I wear these hoodies like a few times a year. I wound up getting this last year at Target. So I don't know if you can find this anymore. So yeah, sorry, but maybe if you want to do a search on it, you kind of can. All right, so here we go. So again, here is that front cover. And oh my gosh, this thing is freaking awesome. I'm gonna open this up first real quick, just so it kind of stretches out that spine, because it's just like all you hear is that glue. It's like sounds just like that, right? So it's make sure we get the pages, you know, spread out. Of course, I learned this from Gem Mint. Who hasn't learned this from Gem Mint? He's the master at doing Omni stuff, right? So okay, so here we go. Just a quick little thing. All right, so like I said, you saw that dust jacket. Look at this opening part of there where it says DC versus Marvel. That's pretty cool. And then let's see what happens when you take off this dust jacket. If there's oh yeah, there's cool art inside of it too, or on the actual cover when you take off that dust jacket. So let me see if I can flip this around and take this out. So yeah, oh yeah, dude, that's super sick right there. Okay, so here's what it looks like when you take off the dust jacket. So that's George Perez artwork, if I'm not mistaken, right? And then here it kind of flips around, so it's like wraparound right there. So that's cool. So you do get the best of both worlds right there. Really cool. I do love how the Omnis now have like their own cover art now, instead of it just being like black or a basic color, matted or something like that. So let's take a look at some of these the things that you can actually collect in this series. So wow, man, you just got all kinds of stuff. So you got Superman versus Spider-Man, Green Lantern and Silver Surfer. DC Marvel. Oh my God, there's just so much stuff. I can't even name all this stuff in here. Crossover classics. This gives you a nice little introduction of what's going on in here, on I guess maybe why they did all this stuff. Look at that. How often do you see that stuff? See, if I did not buy this, I think, like I said, I would have been kicking myself in the ass here. Look at that, guys. Look at that. How often do you get to see, you know, Superman versus Spider-Man? Let me know in the comments below if you would want to see like a resurgence of this. Do you know how many people would actually go out there and buy DC versus Marvel, like modern age, like new stuff, right? I mean, it's so freaking cool. Dude, you get Dr. Octopus in there too? Oh, man. And then also let me know in the comments below if you would like me to read, you know, a story here and there and just kind of review it on the channel, because these are stories that are not really talked about or we've ever really discussed in general, right? Because there's so few people that actually have these books. So that's really cool there. That Superman story is really, really good. It's really long too. Like here's another cool page right there with Dr. Octopus getting his butt kicked. Oh my God, there's a lot of Superman, Spider-Man. There's like a whole like story arc. Oh, look at this, guys. Check this out. Batman and the Incredible Hulk. Look at the artwork in there. Holy cow. Wow, man. This is so awesome. Just trying to see writer, illustrator. Trying to see who actually brought to you by Len Wen, Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. Wow, God, this is classic to me. Like, look at that, right? I know, man. It's like you got modern day comics, and then you see this old stuff, and it just brings you back to just a simpler time. Look at Batman there. Looks great. Let's see if we can find some other stories here. Now, I know a lot of us know this one, right? I actually have this floppy. Darkseid looks great there as well. Oh, look at Wolverine. Wolverine looks awesome. Speedball special, right? That's freaking cool. Yes, there is a lot of stuff going in here, guys. Definitely would recommend this right from the start. It says John Romita Jr. There you go. I'm pretty sure that's his artwork. He's got the Punisher going on in here and Batman going on in here. Oh my gosh. Look at this. That is so sick, dude. There are so many great stories. So much great stuff in here. This you can enjoy for an eternity. Wow, they even got Spider-Man and Carnage in here too? Look at that. God, I didn't even realize how much DC Marvel stuff there was. That's really good. Parallax is in here. All right, so now you got an idea of like some of the stuff that's in here. Let's see if we get some good bonus material. There's like a poster in here, which I can't really show without kind of messing it up. Let's see if we have some I was like going to say some superior artwork. You get to see some cover art. There's some John Romita Jr. stuff right there, right? And then, yeah, there's a lot of like fold out stuff in here. Oh, here's maybe some concept art. Yeah, I can't show you because it's going to ruin the Omni. So here's some more cover art right there. So yeah, I mean, there is a glimpse at this DC vs. Marvel Omnibus. Without even reading it so far, it just brings you back maybe to a simpler day of comic books. And like I said, if you want me to read stories out of here and kind of do reviews on these stories, let me know in the comments below. But if you have the opportunity and the extra money to buy this, I would buy this. Because like I said, it's going to be out of print and you're not going to be able to get it, and you're going to miss out on these stories because you can't really find these comics anywhere. I think they're hard to find in my eyes. So yeah, if you're looking for it, I know at probably comic shops it's like $150, but I think in like in-stock trades and other places, you can probably find it a little cheaper, but once it's out, it's out. And being that it's the holiday season and stuff like that, it might be a little bit difficult. So I was lucky that my shop actually had 2 copies of this. So guys, let me know in the comments below if you picked this up. I know a lot of people in my Facebook group did pick this up, and they kind of inspired me to pick it up as well. So hopefully I inspired you. So as always, guys, if you love this video, of course, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Always more content right here for you to click on. And of course, guys, hopefully you enjoy your Thanksgiving, eat all that food, and support the local comic shops during Black Friday. And keep reading, keep collecting, but always read your comics. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you real soon. Bye.